Hey guys, so a lot of people has been asking for a patch for beanies, hats, you name it. So I have a couple beanies. I'm gonna make some patches, but I'm gonna make this video a little bit different. It's not going to be necessarily about how to design for it, but it's more going to be the different qualities with different lasers. So I'm gonna be using the CO2 laser that is right now on, and it's basically ready to go. So I'm gonna give it a go on that one. Then we're gonna move with a ComMarker B6, and we're gonna see how fast alignment and all that really quick on that one. And then we're gonna move to the F1 Ultra, which is also a 20 watt fiber, and see how it goes. So what I'm gonna be using, because there's all kind of patches, all kind of qualities. I mean, and everyone buys ultimately the ones on Amazon. They are super cheap, super easy. The ones that they, for whatever reason, advertise with a iron. I'm not gonna be using an iron, but I'm gonna be using these cheapo patches, and I want to see the results. So let's get to it. Okay, so this is my file here. It's really simple. It's just South Carolina, you know, with a little shape of the map. And this is going to be here. So I did a tutorial how to use pre-cut elements on the CO2 and use a tool like this. And these are going to be on my website really quick for you guys to use, easy. So this is just to mark. So on the leather, I like to use a pencil. So I just make a little crosses, like just a tiny mark, because it's going to be engraved on top. So I don't know if you guys see, there is a little cross here. So check the tutorial on how to align to the center, especially on the circle and elements like that, with your CO2 diode, you name it, with Liburn. So the settings that I'm going to be using here, I have a 45 watt CO2 from Monport, and I'm using 500 speed. My minimum power is 15, maximum power is 18. And I'm using 0.08 for line interval. So this is a really easy thing for this patch. And I found that wasting a couple of these patches because they're really thin. So let's do that. All right, so my machine is already in focus. At this point, I'm imagining that everyone knows how to focus your laser. This one uses a different system, but there it is. So you see this aluminum plate. This is my new fencing system, and these are the little fences that you add into this. So you just put it there, you know, and create your corner. And this is just corner into the honeycomb that is the 0. So I'll put a link for the how to align on your CO2 in the descriptions below. So now this is there. I'm gonna hit frame on this. I'm gonna do the other framing, the circular, so I can see that I'm going right where I want it. There you go. So looks pretty okay for me. So I'm gonna close the lid, and I'm gonna send the job. There it is. There's the patch. Now I need to clean this. So this patch comes with a lot of soot around it, so I'm gonna give it a clean. I don't have baby wipes. Everyone says that are awesome. I don't have it, so I'm gonna wash this and let it dry. Let's jump to the next laser. Okay, so now we're gonna do the patch with a 20 watt fiber laser from ComMarker. So this one is going to be a lot faster, I imagine, and I want you to see how everything goes. I'm not going to use the Air Assist that I have installed on this. I'll show you my settings with that after I set everything up here. So, all right, let's turn the laser on. All right. Let's take the cap. There's your little tag, so you remember to remove it. And let's see what I have on the software. Let's move the camera. All right, first of all, let's connect to the ComMarker. Here we go. So this is just upside down, so no panic whatsoever. And it's a circle, so no biggie. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in focus on the patch. So I make sure that the patch is flat. And I do have a jig, but again, a lot of people tell me we don't have to do those jigs, can you do it without it? So I'm doing it without it. So I just press the autofocus. Now that it's in the right focal point, I'm going to hit frame so I see the area, and let me show you how it frames, and now I'll put you there. So this is what I see on the framing. So this is easier because I get to align it in real time. There it is. I'm gonna turn the air extraction. So there's the air going. All right, we're ready. Wear your goggles. And that's it. If we want to give it another pass, we can. In my case, I kind of like this color, but I want to give it a try with another pass. So if you're wondering my settings, this is a 20 watt B6 from ComMarker. I'm using 2000 speed, 60% power, and 0.08 lines interval. So here are the results. All right, now we're gonna move to the next laser that is going to be the F1 Ultra. Okay, here we're gonna use also the autofocus function. So I'm just putting this one there. And because light is really important for the autofocus, what I'm gonna do here is gonna close the shield for a second, and I'm gonna go to the software. Here in the software, what I'm gonna do for the autofocus is I'm gonna click, there's a little ruler on the top of the newer version, and that's gonna do the automatic focus on this. So while that is working, I'm going to turn off my ComMarker, and I'm going to turn off the air extraction. There you go. All right, so focus is being done successfully. Now, what we're going to do here is we are going to bring the file, in this case the image that I'm using, set the download South Carolina. Here is the element, and I'm gonna put it right in the center. And as it is right now, I'm going to outline framing. So let's check how that looks. Here's the circle. So something interesting is that this same SVG came in the right size the other file. So let's check that out. Here is the file. It's supposed to be 55, but it came for 49, so 55. There we go. I didn't turn off focus. It's still focusing and all framing. So here we are on the framing, and I'm going to adjust it there. So there is the framing. I want to close this, and I'm going to start the air purifier. And let's see the settings. Stop framing. So it's a 20-watt fiber, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna select this. I'm going to go with a fiber infrared. So power, I'm gonna use the same power that I use in the ComMarker, and the speed, I'm gonna use the same speed that I use on the ComMarker. Lines per, in this case, based on kind of a conversion, because this is lines per centimeter. So let's see, if I did, it will be like a 120, kind of a conversion. And frequency, I use 65, so this goes to 60. So that's what I'm gonna be doing here: 60, 120, 2000, and 60 in power. So go process. Here is the item. There you go. Let's get started. Whoop. Well, you guys here. So this should be fairly quick. Let me put it like this so you can see it there, and zoom in. Why not? Thing. There it is. And I'm gonna hit start. So I did 2 passes with the ComMarker, so we're gonna do the same here. There goes the second pass. And that's it. This is done. Let's wait for the fan. Here we go. Here is the quality on this one. Let's go right next to these other ones. And we're gonna do one more laser. We're gonna use an UV laser to see the results. Sorry about the middle start. I forgot to press record in both places, so here we go. So in case you're wondering my settings, I'm using a 100 millimeters per second Q pulse. Remember, this is a UV laser. The Q pulse is 1, and I'm using a lines interval of 0.05. So this laser is not the fastest, but it has something really cool compared to other lasers. This virtually works on any material, so you don't need 20 different lasers to do different stuff. Now, the thing on this laser is that the focal needs to be super on point, because it's not the easiest to achieve. You gotta be careful with your focal distance. Another thing is consider a cold laser. It doesn't heat up the material as much, therefore doesn't burn everything like in other lasers. So it has its advantages, especially when you work on glass. So in my case, I'm using a 5 watt from Haotian laser. You need to check them out. I'll put the link in the description below. They have awesome machines. My other fiber, 50-watt fiber, is also from them. It's just amazing. And Pascal is super responsive, so you can ask and most likely you will get the answer a couple minutes after. Just keep in mind that it's at night, of course, but if you message him at night, he'll respond right away. They also have now customer support and everything. It's been a while that they have it in the United States, so they're local support. All right, remember always wearing your protection goggles. And it looks good. Look at that. Okay, so I have all four. I have the CO2 is already dried. That's why it looks a little warped. It's dried already. We have the ComMarker. There you go. We have the Xtool, and we have the UV. Each one has a specific finish. I'm gonna say on the burn. Each one did something different on the burn, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of this specific leather, and of course probably my settings were a little bit off. It's the first time that I do this with a UV, so it might be a little bit off, probably a little more testing, but this one is pretty good. I did pause it by mistake, and I make a little line. I don't know if you guys see a little line in here crossing. Yeah, there you go. But the feel of the leather is nice on the UV. This is our Xtool. The black part, it has some lines. It makes a little bit of a pattern on the black. I don't know if you see it there. The ComMarker is actually pretty even. Not a big problem with this. On the CO2 though, is super even. The black is very even. For a gantry though, that was impressive. So we are going to put this on a beanie. I don't know if I'm making 2 beanies, I believe, but I wanted to test the lasers. So I want to put in all the descriptions the settings that I use for each laser. You choose your best option, give it a try with different settings, and now let's put it on the beanie. Okay, let's see which patch test prefer. So okay, so I have here the 4 that I did.
Okay.
Is nothing on the bottom, so you cannot really look at it. It's beneath the mat.
How do I know which laser did it?
You don't need to know. You need to tell me which one you like best.
Oh,
and
okay.
That way, we will choose the 2 that you like best.
Okay.
For the 2 patches that we need to put on the beanies.
Okay.
All right. So grab them, look at them, and tell me which one you like better.
Hold on, give me a second.
You can grab and look.
I can pick them up.
Yeah, just don't mix them.
Oh God. Putting a lot on me.
And just to clarify, the line that this one has, it was my error.
This?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was my error.
Well, it doesn't matter, does it? I'm just kidding. Okay. Okay, that's for sure. That's one. Oh, I just put it up like a little bit?
just
Okay.
put it up.
That's for sure. Okay. This is a no. It's kind of hard to choose between these two. I'm going to go with this. Okay. Those two are my choice.
Okay, push the mat. Push it.
Okay.
All right, which one you prefer? The CO2?
Girl, CO2, what is B6?
ComMarker B6.
Oh, okay. Which one was the Xtool? This one?
That was in the Xtool.
Oh, okay. Oh, did you do it with the Ultra or the...
With the Ultra, yes.
Okay. Do you want me to say what I did or did not like?
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh, and that's the UV.
I did it with the UV.
Okay. So, I just felt like this one right here, to me, looks kind of dull. Like, it's hard to see in the video, but, like, this background part is just really dull. It doesn't really stand out to me. I don't really like that. Then this one, like, I had just a little bit issues with, like, how it looks in here. I feel like it didn't take it away, like, completely. It looks really spotty.
So
Almost like it's almost
black
burnt.
is not. Yeah, the black is not like really even.
Yeah, because, like, in here you can see, like, all the black in there, and I feel like it just, like, you can't see it as well when it looks like that. So obviously these two I like because I feel like this one took out the most black. Like, and you can even, I mean, oh god, even in the camera you can see, like, it's so dark around here, and then it's, like, super even in there.
That one was surprisingly consistent.
Yeah, consistent, that's a good one. And then this one I like because, just kind of for the same reasons, I feel like it was, like, darker. This one's really dark on here. It, like, removed everything from there.
Yeah, that was with the CO2.
It does have, like, a little bit of, like, shadow here that I wasn't a super fan of, but I just feel like overall those two look like the clearest. Like, I could, if you hold them out like that, you could, like, totally see what they say and stuff like that, you know?
Now, it's important to note one thing.
Okay.
These three
Yeah.
that were basically with a galvo laser, the galvo style laser.
Which three?
These three.
Oh, okay.
These three
Yeah.
were not washed after the process.
Oh, okay.
It was just a little wipe on top.
You wiped this one.
But this one was
You messed
washed.
this one up.
This one was washed.
'Cause I saw you do it in the kitchen, and I knew that this dark piece was, like, from here, because you, like, swiped it. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to put that in the video.
Yeah, so this one, actually, I put a little soap and everything, wash it really nice, because I didn't have a baby wipe to clean it.
Oh, your baby wipe.
But,
These
yeah,
aren't clean.
so this is the ComMarker, straight out of the ComMarker, and just a little wipe.
Yeah. This one would be good if it was, like, darker, but I feel like it just really... It looks so, like, monochromatic almost. I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah, that doesn't give a lot of depth.
And then this one, like, if you look... I mean, you can't... I wish you could see it better in the video, but, like... When you're looking at it with your bare eyeball, like, just like this, like, you really almost can't even make out South Carolina.
Yeah, it was really hard on the small details. And basically all these, except for the gantry one, which is the CO2.
Yeah.
These three are basically on the same
like
detail,
type of laser?
like level of detail, or the equivalent, because the UV works a little bit different.
Yeah.
But this one and this one, these both lasers are 20-watt fiber.
Okay.
These two lasers work in the same spectrum of everything.
Okay.
And the results are pretty obvious.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you that this one is, like, by far my favorite. The way this one was done, it almost looks 3D.
Yeah,
like,
this
again,
one
you
is
can't really...
deeper.
It's crazy. Like, it looks beautiful. Like, it really, 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 really... Oh, sorry, guys. It, like, really pops out. I wish I could I wish you could see it with my eyes. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so definitely
That wasn't the best,
the
though.
CO2 have better results on
Yeah.
the leather. All right, let's move everything for the minis that we have there,
Okay.
so we can put it on that.
Peace.
Okay, so I'm gonna use just the regular press because I don't have, my garage is kind of a mess. Everything is there, so what I'm doing right now is setting. I'm using the Xtool one, so I need to have this for about. I usually do like 17, 18 seconds on this ones and 320. All right, so this is heating up right now. I'm gonna put it on the side. So for the minis, I'm gonna use a cardboard first. So you put the cardboard in between. You don't want glue or nothing transferring to that bottom part, and you can do two at a time depending the size of your heat press. So I'm just gonna put this one here to make sure, and then you're gonna align this in the best of your abilities. So I'm gonna align this here, and I'm gonna align this one, and just remember that one is facing one side, the other one is facing the other side, like up and down. So I'm gonna align this one here and that one over there. There we go, and here we go. These are there and ready. Now what I need to see, so what I want to do is I'm going to put the paper here. Just want to make sure that nothing moves. It's almost in temperature. Here we go. I'm going to put a paper on top, so don't mess nothing up. So this is ready. I want to give it a try. All right, and time. Just a little press down. You don't need to do a lot of pressure. There we go. That should be enough. And we're gonna leave this for a second. I'm gonna leave this for a second to cool down. I'm just going to take this paper. So this is what I use a parchment paper, because this is the grime from this, and this is interesting. This is from the fiber laser. I didn't wash it, I just wipe it. But this one is the one I washed from the CO2. That's pretty cool. All right, so this is there. Oh yeah, this is there. Nice. I'm gonna let this to cool down and be right back. All right, so here is the black one. Let's take this cup out, and it's there, that's for sure. So here's one beanie, and I was doing a little bit of inspection of the edges and see how it goes, and it's actually stick very well. So a lot of people always said that no, the Amazon patches are too cheap and you don't want to use them or whatever. Let me tell you that I've been doing some hats. I understand that they're not probably the super high-end quality leather. These are TPU leather or PU leather, but they were pretty good. Look at this. There's nothing on the back as an extra residue on the glue. These are glue completely. So I'm gonna call this a win. When you do the beanie, just remember a piece of cardboard in between, so just to prevent anything, and cover always the leather. In that way you don't have nothing sticking into your heat press or your heat press or hot press, depending what you're going to use. But other than that, I feel like it's a really nice project, a really easy money maker for everyone. I'll be putting on the description below the settings that I use on each laser that I have, and also the links for the patches, and I'm gonna add the links for all the jigs. So let me show you that. So we have a collection of jigs for all these patches. So we have the oval patch, so these ones here that comes on those Amazon ones. You will see the jig. So here's the jig for it. It will hold the patch, 2 patches. There is the one for the square ones. So here is the square ones. We have the ones for the shield. Here's the shield one. We have the round one. We have, I'm gonna call this an hexagon one. And I've been testing this with like bunch, like trying and trying. Some are a little looser, some are a little tighter, but ultimately it will give you the alignment basically perfect all the time. You just want to make sure when you have your patch that you kind of move it around to make sure that it's as flat as possible. So when you have your jig in place, you just put it in place really quick, and you don't need to be centering like you saw me on the video for each patch. So you have that. We have the diamond one, and I have a lot of people say shield also, but this is actually a badge, like a police badge. So yeah, we have the collection of 8 jigs. There's is going to be on our website very soon for you guys. I've been testing in them and making sure I order a bunch of patches on Amazon to make sure that fits almost every single one. And yeah, my table is full of patches right now. This is the square, like a bunch of them. But this is a money maker. I mean, each patch comes to around 25 cents or so. Then depending where you source your beanies or hats, can be between $2.50 to $3.90 or so on a hat. And then you have a $20 to $25 hat to sell with a custom logo and everything. And when I say something about sizing on the patches, let me show you this. These are the rounds. There is one that is sticking out. So this one, for example, will be a little harder to fit there, but it's one of the whole batch of patches that I have here. So there you guys have it. If you like the video, please help us to grow the channel. Give us a thumbs up, like the video, share the love with your friends, and don't forget subscribing. And please leave in the comments below what else I can help you to learn, do, test, and fire the laser.